All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit record. This is not gonna be a big fancy edit or anything like that. Not today, that will be the next video. It's actually about midnight right now. I usually never film anything this late. If I'm working on projects at this time, it's always just gonna be editing here in the office. I try not to be too loud late in the evening either. Although when I play Xbox, I'm probably like screaming. So probably isn't any louder recording a video right now. But I kind of had this idea for a video, and then today, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of just didn't go the way I wanted it to. So it just kind of felt appropriate to sit down and kind of talk about these things. So if anyone else out there can either relate to this video or maybe find even some sort of motivation from it, then I think I'm doing my job. So let's give this a shot. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the stresses of being a creator. So one thing that is definitely stressful about being a creator is worrying about the numbers. Now, whether you're posting a YouTube video, a photo or video on Instagram, Facebook, even on TikTok, there's so many analytics out there that you can see, whether it just be likes or comments, shares, everything like that, right? It's so easy to get caught up in, oh man, it's been an hour and only this amount of people have watched this video, or man, it's been 10 minutes, no one else has commented on this yet. And I know I'm not alone on this, especially when I don't have much else going on. It's so easy to just refresh all these pages, see how everything's doing, and instantly feel either extremely happy or extremely disappointed in how good things are doing. And honestly, it takes so much of the fun away. You're just sitting there worrying about how many people have liked this, but there's so many different factors that go into that. Does it actually get pushed to that many people? What time of the day did you post it? What type of content is it? There's so many just factors and variables going into it that honestly, if you're just sitting there stressing out about it, worrying about it, and let it affect everything that you're creating, it's just totally gonna take out the fun of it. It's just gonna become a stressful thing every time you want to put out a new piece of work. So one thing that I've been doing to kind of help this, and honestly it's worked quite a bit, is if I'm already focused on my next project, so let's say I post a YouTube video and then I'm just on to my next edit, or I start filming my next thing, or maybe I'm even just planning my next video. I don't have time to sit there and worry about all my analytics and all these different things going into my last post. So I'm not gonna sit there, worry about everything. Obviously later on, I'm gonna check on it, respond to everybody's comments, maybe DMs, questions about it, everything like that. And I'm telling you, that's helped me out so much, just kind of moving on to the next thing, worrying about that thing a little bit later, or maybe even just checking on those things on a broader scale. So maybe every night, every other day, maybe even on a weekly basis. And then that way you can kind of make some adjustments as needed. But if you're sitting there worried about it, it's not gonna be fun. Just move on to the next thing. I'm telling you, that's gonna help. The next thing that is definitely stressful that kind of relates to the first thing is worrying about if this is good enough and comparing yourself to others. Obviously, we all have people that we look up to and that are inspired by, but if you're constantly just comparing your work to these people, you know, you're thinking, oh, my stuff doesn't look as good as them. Oh, my stuff doesn't sound as good as them. Man, how are they putting out like 3 high quality videos every week? Man, how's this person put out this whole photo set like every other day? We all do this to a certain degree, right? We all see these things going on. We want to be doing the best we possibly can, but there's, again, so many different factors that go into this. Oh yeah, well, let's see here. This creator has an entire team of people. He has 2 editors. He has someone who does his thumbnails for him. He has a producer that figures out all the details of everything. Yeah, that makes sense. He can put out 3 videos a week. Meanwhile, you're working 40 hours a week trying to work on these projects in the evenings or the mornings or on lunch when you can. And you're wondering why you can't create the same type of content or the same quality or even the same quantity. And that's just gonna kill your creativity. It's gonna kill your motivation. Everyone's situation is different. Everyone's content is different. Everyone's workflow is different. So you can't just compare your work all the time to other people. Obviously, it's important to be inspired by other people and see the quality of work that you aspire to eventually get to. But you just can't get to a situation where you're just sitting there not wanting to make anything because you don't think it's gonna be good enough as these other people. And one thing that I've been doing that's really helped me out with this is every single video that I put out, which, fun fact, this is actually, I think, my 50th video on this YouTube channel. Every single video that I put out, I try to do one thing a little bit better. Now, it could be something really simple. It could be something drastic, whether it be spending a little bit more time trying to find a better song, working on some better B-rolls. Maybe it's even just as simple as trying out a different angle in the office. It could honestly be anything, but I'm always trying to improve a little bit. And even if it's just a minor change, you might not notice that change too much from one video to the next. But if you sit back there and look at this video compared to the very first one 50 videos ago, it's gonna be a huge difference. So little changes, little improvements. And when you look at those things over the course of like 6 months to 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, that's gonna be some big improvements over that much time. Now, this next thing I'm gonna talk to you guys about is definitely one of the hardest things I struggle with, and that is time. You know, personally for myself, I have really big goals for my channel and for myself, which I think is good. But if it was up to me, I would probably spend 23 hours a day working on my content. I want to be able to do the quality and quantity of work of like a team of 5 people, and it's just flat out obviously not possible. You know, I have everything else going on a normal day that other people do as well. When times are normal, I'm working a full-time job, I'm trying to work out, stay active, hang out with my girlfriend, spend family time, hang out with my puppy a bunch, go for walks with her multiple times a day, take her to the park, work out, eat healthy, take care of myself, just have some time to relax, play Xbox, watch a Netflix show. But also I'm trying to spend hours a day working on YouTube videos, editing, filming, brainstorming ideas, just sitting down, doing all these different things. And all these things add up. There's only so much time in the day, and it really weighs on me. So one thing that I've been trying a bit, and I'm definitely going to be doing more of it in the future, is trying to do some sort of schedule, whether that be some sort of time blocking or even just scheduling out my day. If I'm waking up each day with no plan and I have all these different things going on, there's just no way I'm going to get all these things done. I'm going to feel like I'm always behind, or I'm always playing catch up. And that's honestly just no way to live, because I'm always going to feel rushed or stressed whenever I do get the time to do all these different things. You know, I'm going to feel stressed while I'm working out. I'm going to feel rushed whenever I'm filming a video. When I'm sitting down for dinner, I'm going to be thinking about all these different things, which actually we'll get to that one here in a second. But if I don't have a plan for my day, I don't have a schedule for my day, if I'm just waking up and gonna just try to play it by ear and get 15 different things done, it's never gonna happen. I'm gonna be stressed the whole time, and it's just not a good idea. And that's gonna lead me into my next stressor, which is never being able to shut it off. Okay, so you start doing good, you're not worrying so much about the numbers, you're scheduling out your day so you get to sit down, enjoy your evening with your girlfriend or your friends, family, whoever, right? So you're sitting there at dinner and you actually catch yourself just planning for your next video in your head. I wonder how many people did comment on my video, or how many people did comment on my Instagram photo. I'll grab my phone real quick and check, right? And actually the other day I was walking my dog, and the plan was I was gonna walk her, bring her back in. I was gonna put her in her crate for a bit so I could film this video without any interruptions. And I was walking with her outside, and I kid you not, I started talking through my script for my video out loud just by myself. And I swear to you, my dog looked at me like, what in the world are you doing right now, dude? So yeah, I definitely struggle with shutting it off sometimes. And I feel like it's a double-edged sword, because I feel like it partly proves that I really care about this stuff. I really want to see it succeed. I want to see it grow. I have big goals, all that kind of stuff, right? But you have to be present where you are. You need to spend that quality time with other people. You need to do these other things that actually just get away from your work. So it's so important for you to find a way for you to be able to shut it off. And honestly, I think one of the biggest things that will help that is going back to that scheduling. If you know you're done with work at a certain time, or you know you're not gonna get to work till a certain time, you can just enjoy that time either before or after work. Just be present wherever it is or whatever you're doing. The last stressor that I think every creator can relate to is this right here: equipment. Equipment is always a topic. It's always going to be a topic. Every single day, a new camera comes out, a new piece of tech, a new piece of software, whatever it is, right? There's always going to be something that's the latest and greatest. And it is so easy to get caught up in what the latest stuff is. I know I'm definitely guilty of it. Canon EOS R5. And don't get me wrong, it's definitely fun. Looking forward to new things, buying new things, trying out new things, thinking about how it can make your stuff better, improve the quality of your things, make your workflow easier, all this stuff, right? Gear, equipment, all this stuff is really important to what we do. But it's exactly what I was saying. Every single day something new is coming out. So unless you're like Marquez, who's doing a new piece of tech review every single day and that's his job, you need to be focused on actually creating the content instead of sitting there and worrying about what you wish you had to create the content. Now, obviously there's a time and place to learn about new things, learn about new equipment, and actually make these upgrades. But if you're spending multiple hours every single day watching these videos, obsessing about this equipment that you wish you had, instead of actually sitting there and getting to work, working on content, getting better at your craft, learning the ins and outs of the equipment that you already have, maybe you can even start your little side hustle and start making a little bit of money here and there, and then you can actually start buying some of this equipment. If you are sitting there just worrying about not having the latest and greatest, and that's what's holding you back from creating anything, stop that right now. Go pick up your camera, pick up the gear you have, just go out there and start making something, and that's gonna pay off way more in the long run. So guys, that is definitely a few things that I know stress me out, and I think a lot of other people can relate to it. If anything, honestly, I think it helps just knowing that you're not the only one having these thoughts or going through this. So maybe you can pick up on a couple of those things that I suggested that help me out sometimes, or maybe you can even find a little bit of motivation in this as well. And if anything, like I was saying, it's good to know you're just not the only one going through these things or having these thoughts. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of video. I know it's a little bit different. It's a different style. I'd never shoot a video this late, like I was saying. But if I'm being totally transparent here, and one of the reasons why I'm actually filming this video tonight, earlier today, I filmed a video for 2 hours and I just wasn't happy with how it turned out. I didn't really like how the storyline of it was. I didn't really like how it looked. It was storming outside, so it was dark. It just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. And honestly, I let it affect my entire day. I was just kind of down the whole day. I definitely was in a bad mood. It affected just everything else going on today. And that's just not the type of person I want to be. So, you know, I think we definitely all go through these times. We all go through these different things, especially being a creator. So I know it helps me kind of talk about these things, and it definitely helps me knowing that I'm not the only one kind of going through these things and having these thoughts. And if you guys have ever felt any stress from any of these things as well, feel free to drop a comment down below and I'll be responding to you guys down there. So that's going to be it, guys. So hopefully you're able to take something away from today's video, or at least enjoyed watching. If you did, drop it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel out. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you. I try to make a lot of content trying to help other creators create better looking content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.